On the hide of this warthog, something is feeding, thousands of them. Hidden in the places he can never reach. And the help he is about to accept comes from the last animal you would expect. The dry season on the plains of East Africa. For months no rain has fallen and the land has turned pale and hard. Out of the dust comes one of the most formidable animals on the savannah, a warthog. Heavy, muscular and armed with curved tusks that can open the flank of a lion. An animal built like this is made to stand its ground, or to run. Here, it does neither. As it reaches an old termite mound, it does something that should make no sense for a creature so well defended. It folds its legs, lowers itself into the red dirt, and rolls onto its side, exposing the softest, most vulnerable parts of its body. It closes its eyes, and it waits. Why would an animal this powerful make itself this defenceless, in the open, in the middle of the day? To understand it, you have to look closer, at the warthog's skin. Through the dry season, the mud wallows this animal depends on have baked away in the heat, and with them goes its main defense against an enemy it cannot fight: ticks. These parasites wait for months at a time on the tips of dry grass, sensing the body heat, breath, and movement of a passing animal. When the warthog brushes past, they climb aboard, work down through the coarse hair, and anchor their mouthparts deep into its skin. They gather where the skin is thinnest and the animal is weakest. Inside the ears, around the eyes, along the belly. A single warthog can carry hundreds at once, each one slowly swelling with blood. And against them, all its strength is useless. It has no hands to pull them loose. Its tusks, sharp enough to wound a leopard, curve the wrong way, helpless against its own body. And without mud to smother them, the ticks feed freely. Left unchecked, the toll builds. Hundreds of feeding parasites draw enough blood to weaken even an animal this size, and their bites can carry disease. Warthogs are unusually tough. They tolerate infections that would kill other animals. But tolerance is not the same as escape, and a body this heavily infested is a body under constant siege. What the warthog cannot do for itself, it will have to trust something else to do. And on this savannah, that trust comes from an unlikely source. From the shadows of the termite mound, they begin to appear. A troop of banded mongooses, small, sharp-toothed hunters that move in packs and fear very little. In almost any other moment, these animals would keep their distance from something so large. Not today. Their noses catch the scent of hundreds of blood-swollen ticks, and to a mongoose, that is a feast. For a few seconds, nothing moves. It is a standoff, held together entirely by restraint. One panicked kick from the warthog could crush a mongoose against the ground. One careless bite from a mongoose this close to the eye could blind the warthog for life. Neither happened. The mongooses climb onto the giant's body and begin to work. They part the coarse hair, open the folds of the ears, and search out the swollen ticks, one by one. Removing a tick is not simple. The mouth parts are barbed and anchored into the skin, and pulling too hard can break the head off and leave a wound behind. So the mongooses work with surprising precision, gripping each parasite and drawing it free with a single, measured pull. The warthog does not flinch. It lets out a low, rumbling grunt and settles deeper into the dirt. And for the first time in weeks, the endless irritation begins to ease. For the mongooses, this is a meal that costs them almost nothing. No chase, no dangerous hunt. A rich, protein-heavy feast that lies still and lets them eat. Every tick removed is a small victory for them both. By the time the troop has finished, the light is beginning to fade. The mongooses slip back into their mound, and the warthog rises, shakes the red dust from its hide, and walks back out onto the plain. Lighter, cleaner, and free of a burden it could never have removed alone. Biologists have a name for this: mutualism. Two species with almost nothing in common, each quietly solving a problem for the other. It is one of the most effective survival strategies in the natural world, and one of the easiest to overlook. On the savannah, strength and speed decide a great deal. But not everything. Sometimes survival comes down to something far less obvious: knowing exactly who to trust and when to let them close. If you would like to see more of these hidden partnerships from the wild, subscribe to Paws and Claws. We'll see you in the next one.